Computer. Hello, everybody. This is Michelle Weinstein. Today is March 11th, 2018, and you are joining us live on 6 Weeks to Success, Week 5, where we're going to be talking about some customer care. So congratulations for making it to Week 5. I'm going to run and share my screen, so hold on just a second so you guys can all follow along. And here is the 6 Weeks to Success. Oh, look, I'm going to put you all like Brady Bunch over there. Okay, 6 Weeks to Success, week number 5. We've got 2 weeks left, you guys. Isn't this exciting? We're going to have a big sort of like I don't know, throw M&Ms at the screen for week number 6 or something. So congratulations for that. Now, things that we've learned so far in our 4 weeks together, we've learned that belief matters and that we can retrain our brains. We've learned that passion can fuel our fire, keep us motivated, and make others more receptive to us. We've learned that bookings are everywhere, at shows and out and about. I know Sherry posted today about the realtors. It's a great way to get her name out and about with that. We've learned that our skills do make a difference in what people purchase and how we handle hesitations, and skills can be learned by everybody. We've also learned that host coaching is where we earn our commission, and the show is where we pick up that paycheck. We've also increased our product knowledge, and we have seen that a great power tool talk can inspire purchases and bookings. And we've also learned that recruiting is just a conversation. So congratulations to Jen to being newest recruiter on live tonight. She had a consultant or a host yesterday who decided to make her own first party, which is kind of cool, taking advantage of that kit rebate. All right, so today's topic, we're going to be talking about customer service, and we all want to be excellent at customer service, don't you guys? In coordination with the 4 pillars of success that we've been learning about, the belief, the passion, the will, and the skill, you guys all agree that we believe in our products? We wouldn't be standing behind them, doing our cooking shows or our virtual parties without that belief. We know that our why for doing this business, and for many of us, is that it has to do with helping others. All right. There's nothing better than hearing from a new consultant that, thanks to the fact that we asked them to consider the business, they were able to not have to worry about their car payment this month, or they were able to say, go ahead, let's get those braces done. I can afford an extra $300 a month for the orthodontist bill. So today we're going to cover the will and skill pillars of customer service. And don't you agree we have all been on the other end of customer service, where you've made a purchase, or you've engaged a service, and the people that sold you the product, or the powers that be in the company, get in touch with you to find out how you're liking their product or their service. Do you ever hang up the phone and go, I cannot believe Sears just called me to find out how I'm liking my new refrigerator? Do you ever hang up the phone and say, oh, husband, can you believe this? Sears called me. What were they thinking? No, we don't. We hang up the phone and we go, oh, that was nice. Aw, service after the sale. That's what it's all about. So consider this. Research shows that our second connection with a customer is even more important than our first connection with the customer. Think about it. Our first connection, they don't know us as well. But our second connection, when we have a meaningful second connection, that person is much more likely to come back to us and spend 3 times as much as they did on the original purchase, because we took a few minutes to get in touch with them. They're the ones that they're going to remember. So the second meaningful connection often makes us their consultant. You guys that are on the call, I mean, live with us tonight, you've all been around for at least a year. Don't you love it when someone says, you know, this is my consultant, or let me introduce you to my consultant, or let me have my consultant call you. It's a little thing to them maybe, but it's a big thing to us, and it's much appreciated. So we are the ones that they come back to and refer others to. We want to build and serve a loyal customer base, not just have a series of one-night stands or one afternoon or one breakfast brunch stands. We definitely want to build that relationship with them. And that takes the 2-2-2-2 method. Think about it. 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months after the party or after the sale is the optimal time to do your contact with a host or a customer. And here's how that works. In 2 days after the party or the sale, we can reach out in any and all ways. You can ask your customers what form of communication is best for them. Call, text, private message on Facebook or email. Thank them for coming and ordering. I know you thank them at the show in person, but it's really, there's never too much things as too many thank yous. You know what I mean? Remind them about when the show is closing and let them know that they can still add to their order if they want, because the order's not final till you send it in. Remind them of the opportunity to host and the business opportunity, and then invite them to your customer Facebook group. Now, in the olden days, we used to call this the morning after call, but now it's the morning after call, text, Facebook Messenger, or email. It means the same thing, you know, not the next day, but it's considered 2 days afterwards. They've forgotten all about you 2 days after, but we haven't forgotten all about them 2 days after, have we? You know, so it's 2 days is an optimal time to do your first reach out to your customers. If you're saying something in an email to them, and I'm going to post this, but basically it's thanks for coming. Wanted to thank you all who came to Susie's party last night. Great meeting you all. Can't wait for the next party. If any of you are interested in hosting the next one, please let me know. We can have a fantastic time again, and you'll get some wonderful host rewards just for having some people over. Did those first few lines say anything about booking a show? No. It's the words. It's the way that you present it. I still have a couple of upcoming dates available on such and such a date. So please let me know if you'd like me to say one for you. I'd like to give host the credit for her friends booking a party. Okay, that's where that comes in. And by the way, did you think it looked like I was having too much fun to be working? I know, because I do station style shows. A lot of people go, well, no, you didn't do anything. I'm like, no, you did. You all did. And you all can be telling people to do everything that I told people to do. You can add in let's talk. You might be curious if being a consultant would work for you or someone you know. I love adding someone you know, because even if they don't think it's for them, I had 2 people at my show today refer the same person who wasn't there because she loves to cook. Oh, you've got to get in touch with Nicole. She loves to cook and she loves Pampered Chef. 2 different people referred Nicole. I'm gonna be going, Nicole. So we're gonna post this, and you can make it sound your way in your own words. But if guests want to be contacted by email, that's a great warm thank you email to send after the party. Words to say in a phone call if they would prefer a phone call. It's basically the same thing. Honestly, I can't wait for the next party. Is it going to be at your house? That's a great way of putting it. So seriously though, if you're interested in having a party, not only is it bound to be a great time, but you'll get some amazing host rewards just for having some people over. Incredible, right? Now, the reason that they suggest that you do this 2 days after the party is because the party will be memorable again to them when you do this 2 days after. Okay? It's not too late to book a couple more shows 2 days after the party, right? If you wait too long, they're going to forget who you were and how much fun that they had. So 2 days is a good time frame to get in touch with everybody. And then again, it talks about the business opportunity. You might be curious if being a consultant could work for you or someone you know. It's simple, profitable, flexible, and fun, but I highly recommend it. Is this something that you'd like to know more about? And always end your contact with a question. Is this something I can send you more information about? Is this something that you'd like to know more about? Do you know somebody who would benefit from this business opportunity? So it says here, you can adjust this for a conversation through text or Facebook Messenger. It's pretty much the same thing. The way it's worded is slightly different, but the 2-day contact is what's important. And then 2 weeks later, out-of-the-box calls. We've been calling this out-of-the-box calls for years and years and years because it's a very simple very simple kind of way to call people. Have you taken your products out of the box? 2 weeks later, they should have received them. So at your party, you want to set the expectation that they will be hearing from you. This does 2 things. This makes it so that when you call them, they won't be surprised. And this makes it so that you are kind of holding yourself accountable, aren't you? Because if you're promising them that you're going to call them, you want to follow up on that promise. You want to make sure that they've received their order and they have taken their products out of the box. See if they have questions, if they need ideas or recipes. Remind them that if that's not something that they really wanted or it's not the right size, shape, or color, that returning or exchanging it with a prepaid label is good for the first 30 days. Then always ask if they'd like to hear about current and upcoming specials. Hey, we have a great special that's coming up. Don't call it a host bonus. We have a great special that's coming up. Would you like to hear about it? No, I'm all set. Well, wonderful. If no for now, ask them if they want to be invited to your customer Facebook group or possibly the Think About It group. Isn't that group amazing, that group that we have for potential new consultants? That's a stroke of genius. And then put it in your calendar that you talked with them and when you talked to them. You can do a customer service log, which you can get on the Pampered Chef website. So you can be keeping track of who you called. So you don't call them another 2 weeks from now and say, oh, hey, I'm just calling to see if you've taken your product out of the box. And they'll say, I'm calling you. You asked me that same question 2 weeks ago. Oops, sorry, didn't write down that I called you. Oh, yeah, well, okay, bye now. Write down that you called them so that you won't forget and call them again and ask them the same question. Another kind of way that you can do it, in 2 weeks is, hi, it's, Rosemary from the Pampered Chef. I did Susie's party, remember me? Well, I'm doing my out-of-the-box calls. I'm calling to make sure you received your products and have taken them out of the box. Did you get a chance to try them out yet? While I have you on the phone, would you like to hear about the upcoming specials Pampered Chef is offering? Now, this is important too. It says, if yes, start with a sign-on bonus, because that's a special the Pampered Chef is offering, and see if they know anybody who might be interested in information about that. So one way I might say that is, oh my gosh, if they say yes to hearing more about the specials, oh my gosh, my favorite special this month is you can get a starter kit for absolutely free between Pampered Chef and my director this month. Is this something that you know somebody who might be interested in? rather than have them feel like you're asking them themselves, I always like the sort of wide sort of circle you're creating where you say, do you know anybody who might be interested in this? So they don't feel like you are specifically asking them. They're going to be thinking beyond themselves when you post it to them that way. Then if that's no, go to the host bonus, ask if it's something they might like to take advantage of, then the guest special in case they'd like to place an additional order. Again, if you didn't before, ask them if they would like to be added to your customer Facebook group, your email list, or you can say a couple of times a year, I have a customer appreciation night in my home. Would you like me to add you to my guest list for that? And then do it. 2 months from now, it's the most important connection. It's what separates you from others. This is what impresses people and makes them remember you specifically. So words to say on a phone call. 2 months later, hi, Julie, I just want to thank you again for your order on Susie's Party. Are you still loving your large bar pan? Oh, did you try that slider recipe that I told you? Did you need some other recipes? Just wanted to remind you that we're out of our 30-day return exchange refunds, but you still have a full year to exchange it if you need to send it back to the home office. So you can call me and I can help you do it. I don't spend a lot of time on the fact that they may not like their product 2 months later. I mean, we can still exchange it for them and we can still return it for them, but I like to focus more on the positive at this point. We come out with new products again in September or March. I don't say, would you like to book a super fun party? I say, if you like your stoneware this much, did you know that our hosts in March get a piece of stoneware at 60% off? Would you like to add to your collection? I love that phrasing. Would you like to add to your collection? She just told you how much she loves stoneware. Would you like to add to your stoneware collection? Well, if you need any gifts or items for your kitchen, in the meantime, you can always order 24/7 on my website. And then let them know what your website is. When I'm doing customer care calls, I'm always looking for people who have ordered something that that they can supplement. How you liking your everyday rock crock? You love it. Can I send you some more recipes? Oh my gosh, did you know that in April, you can choose any one item in the catalog for 60% off? Would you like to add to your rock crock collection in April and maybe get the Dutch oven at 60% off? And then tell them how. It's because it's the April post special. At the 2 month period, you can also use this time to check up on anybody who purchased seasonings to see if they'd like to reorder them. Or, you can look and see what items would cross-sell with an item they've already purchased. If they got one of the rock crocks, or if they got one of our skillets or something, you could say something along the lines of, oh, have you tried the mix and chop in that skillet? It is the best thing for breaking up ground beef when you're doing chili or tacos. I don't know if you saw that on the website, but that's a great little tool to go with what you've already purchased. If they're not ready to buy it now, and you're not asking them to buy it, you're asking them if they've checked it out or if they've seen it. If they're not ready, just say, hey, all right, that sounds great. Let me know if you want me to inform you when that item goes on special. So again, they're giving you permission to follow up with them when things go on special. So again, don't freak out. It's just a conversation because you're asking them questions, aren't you? You're looking for a reply. You're looking for something to be able to help them with, either adding to their collection or giving them some recipes for a product that they have. I love it when I call somebody and they say, you know, you talked about that rock crock at that party and I just needed it so bad. And now that I have it, I really don't know what to do with it. It's just like sitting there. I'm like, oh, I'm so glad I called. I can send you a ton of recipes to go with that. You know, for microwave, for stovetop, for oven, what's your email address? I have a whole bunch of them online. And then I want you to, you know, message me back and let me know which one you tried and which one was your favorite. Because again, you're opening up that way for the two-way contact between them and you as well. All right, so what do you guys think? Does this sound easy? Remember what I said at the beginning of the call? If you bought a refrigerator from Sears and they called you 2 months down the road and said, hey, how do you like that, you know, new side-by-side bottom chest stainless steel refrigerator you spent $2,500 on at Sears? You could say, oh, I love it. It holds so much food, easy to clean. You know, they may say to you, oh, we're having a special on water filters for replacement. Would you like our special sale price? And me, I'd be thinking to myself, I could probably use a water filter. I know I'm going to be needing one coming up. Yeah, sure, why not? Spent $2,500 on a refrigerator. I think I could use some water filters. But if I just bought a bunch of them on Amazon, would I mind that Sears was asking me if I needed water filters? No. Nor would I mind if they called me to find out if everything was okay with my super expensive appliance. I would probably get off the phone and say to my husband, you know what? All right, that sold me. Next time, you know, we need a new washing machine, we're going to Sears. Because they called me. They didn't just forget about me after the purchase. So you want to be the same thing to your customers. Okay, homework. You want to put 2-week and 2-month calls in your calendar for the next 90 days. So if you had a party today, you want to schedule a customer care call 2 weeks from today. And then you want to schedule time in your calendar 2 months from now. And you can just put in. Now, this sounds like it's going to be really time consuming, but you only had one show on Sunday, March 11th, right? So 2 weeks from now on March 25th, you're gonna write in your calendar a follow-up with guests at Susie's party. How long do you think it'll take you to call 10 people that were at Susie's party? Not long at all. Especially if you get their answering machine or their voicemail. Nobody uses an answering machine anymore. A voicemail. And if you get their voicemail, what you can say is, hey, it's Colleen from Pampered Chef. I met you at Susie's party a couple of weeks ago. Just wanted to make sure everything was okay with your products, if you took them out of the box. If not, please open them up and give me a call to, you know, let me know that everything's okay with your products. I enjoyed meeting you at Susie's party. Boom. And maybe the second time you call her, she'll be available and you can have a more lengthy conversation with her. All right, so you want to schedule this time this week to make the 2-day, 2-week, and 2-month calls. Then you want to make the calls because scheduling them doesn't count unless you make them. And then you want to record the calls on your customer care tracker. Do you guys all know where to find that? You guys all have one? If not, you can just find it under Consultants Corner and just do a search for customer care tracker and keep track. I think one of the best reasons to keep track of things like this is because I've actually done this before where I've called the customer and was all like, oh yeah, just wondering if you took your products out of the box. She goes, yeah, you asked me that 2 weeks ago. Like, well, so things still going well? Because I didn't write it on my tracker. All right, so we're going to stop the recording. Actually, I'm going to stop the screen share. I'm going to be posting the homework and stuff. I'm not going to quite stop the recording until you guys let me know whether or not you have any questions, because this, you know, might be a question that someone else is wondering about as well. Okay, Cindy, you have to unmute yourself.
Well, actually, I must have missed the boat on these because I did not do them. So I've kind of been going back. Like today I went back and already did several. I got a lot of not home, so I just left a message.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I think I missed maybe, like, I like the 2-day after, because then you can say you can add to the order if you want to.
If it's still open, yep.
Yeah, so I like the program, but I haven't been doing it.
Well,
So,
you know, and I know that you told me at one point that, you know, you're kind of wondering where, you know, your next shows are coming from. But you know what? You don't know all the guests at these parties. And these are people you hadn't met previously.
mm-hmm.
So, you know, you've been in business for, what, 1.5 years now?
No, not almost a year.
Almost a year. Oh, gosh, it seems like it's
March.
longer than that.
I think I signed up March, the last day of March.
Okay, so for some reason I thought it was like 2 years in June.
No.
But that's a lot of customers that you've had at shows that were not your personal friends and not in your personal circle. Because wouldn't it be nice if every show that we went to, we knew absolutely everybody at the show? No, it wouldn't be any nice, because then it would be the same people.
Yeah.
So these are people that don't mind hearing from you. These are people that will never hang up the phone and go, I can't believe she called me. Mm-hmm. It's just a chat. It's just a conversation. Anybody else have any questions?
I don't have a question, but I just wanted to say thank you, because I have printed the customer care log because I found it and I went, oh, wow, that's awesome. That's way better than just writing it down here and there on my calendar and my notebook. And I haven't filled it out yet. So
that's good, because now you can. And actually, you know, if you have time when you're watching TV, pull up your show from today, and then on your customer care log, write down the guest names that you're going to call. Mm-hmm. Because half of that's going to be done for you already. So 2 weeks from now, when you make those calls, you're going to say, okay, this is from my show on the 11th. Oh, I remember her, you know, call, make your calls. And then you can just jot down your notes right in there. I don't know if you guys do the binder system, but this is my host binder. This is everything that has to do with hosting my parties. You can put a little divider in there in your binder if you want, and make this part of the binder for your customer care calls. You know, I also have one for recruit leads up here. This is a bigger one. So this is one I have for training new consultants and all of the training that goes along with that. So this would be separate. Oh, but look what's in there. Customer care tracker. It's just that's in there blank because it reminds me to tell people to kind of use it, kind of thing. But you know, if you have a system, no matter what your system is, it's going to be so much easier. For instance, when it comes time to make those calls, if you have them in your calendar already, and perhaps even have them on your customer care tracker, and hole punch it somewhere. So even if you're, say, on your lunch hour and you've eaten your sandwich and you still have 25 minutes left, if you have this with you, you just dial them all up on your lunch hour.
I've done that.
Yeah, I know you make great use of your lunch hour, and I know that you guys, I've talked to you all on your lunch hour before. So having something portable like that makes it a lot easier to just kind of put your hands on it. Make every binder a different color so you can just grab and go. Any other questions? Y'all feel comfortable making those calls? Words to say and everything? Okay. right, awesome. I'm going to post this on the 6 Weeks to Success group. And I'll be talking to you all later this week to see how it's going. Although you just learned about this, so you probably haven't done your 2-week calls yet. But if you want to do your 2-day calls before I talk to you.
I know I quite often email or message people because my cell service doesn't come in great at the house here.
Yeah.
So I do that a lot. So,
That's
but
a good contact.
I don't go as much wording as you said. So I'm going to add that in.
Right. You know what some people even do, Sherry, and I don't know how to do it, but they keep a little template on their phone. For instance, they'll write up what they want to say and they'll text it to themselves. So when it comes time to do those texts, you don't do a group text, obviously, you text people individually.
Right,
But
right.
if you have the little script on your cell phone,
Oh,
you just forward it to the person, change the wording. Colleen sounds like she knows how to do that.
yeah. Well, I haven't done it via text, but I do it via Facebook, and it's going to be the same concept. And that's a time saver. That's huge.
Yep, because you don't have to type it all in yourself. You just have that little wording, change the host name, change the guest name, and it still serves the same purpose. It's still a contact, and they're still glad to hear from you.
I've had people text me before, like out of the blue. I've called them and they've texted me. So
They like to
whatever.
text with an answer. Yeah. A lot of people don't like to talk on the phone anymore. It's like too personal or something. But texting, Facebook messaging, yeah, a lot of people are all over that.
So if it's like me, a lot of times I'm at work or doing something where I can't have my phone ringing. So
Yeah, we never look at our phones at work, Sherry.
I don't do that.
Never checking party. No. That would be frowned upon.
Yeah, and I don't have a tab open on my
Looking over my
Facebook.
shoulders, saying, "What are you doing on your cell phone?" Except Phoebe. I don't know where she went. All right. So this is a good one. Think? Yeah? You guys all feel empowered to do this?
Mm-hmm.
All right, awesome.
No better.
Stop the recording.